We got that Poppa thing. We got that Poppa thing. We got that Poppa thing. We got that Poppa thing.
Yes, here we are. Let's get it started.
Here we are.
I'm so ready. Ha, 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 ha.
We got that Poppa bag. We got that Poppa bag. We got that Poppa bag. We got that Poppa bag.
Greetings. Welcome to the Poppa Pank podcast. I am Jaylene Clark Owens, and this is my friend and my co-host,
Justin Jane.
There's a lot of gray in the world, and we think it needs a little more pink. A Poppa Pank. We are Philly-based, multi-hyphenated, and award-winning actors taking on all things arts and culture in this joy-forward and ever-playful variety podcast. You are listening to our theme song composed by Jordan McCree, member of the band AUDELCO-Award. We welcome you, our Pank Poppers, both old and new. Please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. We appreciate y'all. And with that, let's get started.
Yes. Happy birthday to who?
Me.
That's right. It is Jaylene's birthday, and it's also your theater company's birthday, the AUDELCO-Award-winning Harlem Kw Project. Y'all have been making work together for 10 years now alongside incredible artists Hollis Heath, Janelle Heatley, and Cheyenne Sapp. And in those 10 years, you have all toured to numerous colleges, performed at several theaters, and continued to celebrate Harlem with your amazing spoken word play, Renaissance in the Belly of a Killer Whale. Yo, if you haven't seen it, hopefully they'll be doing it for another 10 years and you can all see it. And because of this, our pop-in today will feature all but one of these artists as we learn more about your company. We'll celebrate all things birthday, and of course, we'll have some games. But unfortunately, Janelle had a last-minute emergency come up, so she isn't unable to attend. But she sends her love to all of you, our Pank Poppas out there, and I am personally sending love to this pajama set. Jaylene, tell me what's going on here.
Well, as you know, I am a brand ambassador for Ofure. So this is from their collection. It is a set, okay? She has pants. She has pockets, okay? She comes in a little bag.
What?
That you can store your pajamas.
Yes, and this has got a Poppa blue on it.
Yes, I would have been killing it back in the day at the slumber parties when I was a kid if I had these.
A time machine. That's the one thing that you'll change if you go in your time machine. The only thing.
So yes, if you are interested, please check out Ofure. That's ofure.com/Jaylene, Jaylene, or you could just use my code Jaylene and you get 10% off. So check them out.
Yes.
I am very comfy.
Yes, you could be looking as fly as this. Anybody that's tuning in and hearing it, it is beautiful pink satin with this blue stripes on it. You get so many birthdays up in there. So it looks like you are ready for a slumber party, but so are we. But it wouldn't be a Poppa Pank party without a Poppa drink.
Hey, and we haven't done this in so long since we've been.
I'm gonna spill my drink all over my computer, and then that's the end of the podcast.
We've been here in the afternoon, so we haven't got to do our song. But Justin, I think it's time.
Let's see if we remember.
Get your glass so we can clank.
It's time for that Poppa drank.
Poppa drank.
Poppa drank.
Poppa drank.
Poppa drank. And cheers. And cheers. Arriba, abajo,
al centro, adentro.
Jingle mascara. Mabuhay. Cheers. What are you drinking over there for your slumber party? You're sneaking it from mom and dad's room or the bar, and you're just not telling them, and you're filling up the bottles halfway. What are you drinking?
Yes, I snuck back all the way into the holiday season and grabbed me a Mad Elf.
You really did. Why is she drinking Mad Elf in July?
It is not July. I am drinking Mad Elf because first of all, I used to love drinking it during the Christmas season at Las Vegas Lounge here in Philly at LVL, but of course because of the panorama that was closed, and so I didn't get to go. But also my friend Jassy brought us some for my birthday, so I decided to have a little Mad Elf for today. What are you drinking, Justin?
Yo, those Mad Elves are strong. So Jaylene might be truly a slumber party on the floor by the end of this episode. I am drinking a Southern Tier live session ale, and it's because we're coming at you live, and we love all things live, like live theater, which is how Killer Whale is best enjoyed. I promise you, if you go see this show, the energy in the audience is unlike anything I've ever experienced. Ugh.
Yes, I like that little segue.
I know. I've been getting better. I've been riding them. I've been riding mine.
Oh, look at did we even ask our Pank Poppas what they're drinking tonight?
They just know.
They know.
They just know. This.
I love y'all.
Y'all just know what you're supposed to say. What you're drinking.
So Paul is having a little red wine. Cheers.
Red wine.
Laura is having some rosé. Yes.
Rosé all day.
And Dad is having some Chardonnay wine. He and my mom.
It's like a black fly in your Chardonnay. Oh, and seltzer up in here.
Our guests are in the comments having a little seltzer. Yes, I was about to say, Pank Poppas, tell us what you're drinking, but clearly
they already know what to do.
And we on a delay, and they still got it right on time.
Look at that. That has me tickle Pank.
It really does. It has me so. That really truly did tickle me, Pank. And speaking of tickle Pank, this is the segment where we usually talk about something that has recently been bringing us joy and is a bit of a catch up. Not mustard for Justin and I.
Just on a roll. We're on a roll.
Oh, like butter.
We've got the croissants tonight. I have been so tickled pink by vaccines rolling out. I'm so excited. I know so many people that have gotten one. I am on a billion list. I have not gotten one yet, but I am eligible as a teacher, and I'm patiently waiting for my turn. But the vaccines also mean the slow return of theater, maybe. And so I've also been tickled pink by hearing stories of our friends at the Wilma Theater and how they just wrapped up shooting on Fat Ham, James Imes's beautiful play, and are now in post-production. Many of our friends worked on that one, including a former guest here, Tasha Marie Canales, who I just started working with in person yesterday on No Child at the Art and Theater Company. We are filming a version of Nalaja's Son, beautiful solo play, and Tasha has been killing it. Really, truly, like watching her play like 13 characters back to back, all talking to each other. It's like watching an Olympian. Really, you're just like, I have no idea how this person's doing this, but she has been killing it. It has been so strange but uplifting to be back in the room with other artists, and especially because there's tons of COVID protocol. Like we can't get closer than 6 feet. We're all masked. It's like super, super safe. Things are getting cleaned the second we touch them, but that's the world we're in. We're getting closer. Jaylene, what has you tickle Pank these days?
Well, before I share my tickle Pank, just some things. Janice is having some water. Ayyyye is having a calf strap. And Janice also loves us. So that has me tickled Pank. But what also has me tickled Pank is this is my birthday week. If you know me, you know I love my birthday. I love my birthday. I celebrate all month. So sorry, I ended it prematurely. But so yesterday was the actual day, and I went to some place called Steak 48. Honey, that place is good. Now I know y'all probably like, aren't you vegan though? I'm primarily vegan.
Getting ready for my mouth to start watering.
I had this pork belly was incredible. The pork belly was incredible. I had a Alaskan crab and rock shrimp mac and cheese. I had a bone-in filet mignon with black truffle lobster on top. it was just amazing. And my husband, God bless him, called ahead without me knowing and like made special arrangements. So I got to the table and there were like rose petals, like card that the staff made for me. And we were sitting in like a little booth that was like separate from folks, but it was right next to the kitchen. So literally you're looking like they have an open kitchen. So there's a glass door, but you can see into the kitchen. It was so cool. It was just really nice. The staff was amazing at Steak 48. There's a lot of Black folk that go there. 80% of their clientele is Black people. Not Black owned. I wish it was Black owned, but it was just it was so great. And I hadn't been to a restaurant to like sit down inside since my birthday last year, because March 15th was when the day before everything shut down. So it was just nice to be out. And
so wait, I just need to know about the pork belly and I need to know about dessert.
Oh, dessert. Pork belly was just amazing. It had like a Thai chili sauce and it was on top of a bed of spinach. It was
I'm ready for a slumber party. Okay.
So good. And dessert, I had a warm caramel butter cake with ice cream.
All right. Warm butter caramel ice cream, butter cake, ice cream.
Yes. Cheers, Nora. Nora's
cheers.
Birthday. Zakita said, look at Lawrence. That sounds amazing. It really was. It really, really was. So yes, that has me tickled, Pank. And also what has me tickled, Pank, is our guests.
Yes.
Us to bring to the stage.
Yes. So get ready, everybody, because it is time for our Pop In with Papa Pank.
Yes. We here at Poppa Pank love our interview segment called Poppin' with Poppa Pank, because this is our chance to catch up with some of our industry friends and share with our audience a little bit about their processes and personal stories as professional artists. This is where you have seen us hang out with folks like James Imes, David Diggs, Robin Hood, Tasha Marie Canales, Mama Pat. So we are so very excited to bring out my friends, my sisters, my company members, my castmates, Harlem KW Project. Justin, tell us a little bit about them.
I would love to. Harlem KW Project is a theater company consisting of Jaylene Clark Owens, Hollis Heath, Janelle Heatley, and Cheyenne Sapp. Together, these women wrote the AUDELCO-Award-winning play Renaissance in the Belly of a Killer Whale, which is a spoken word poetry-infused play about gentrification in Harlem. These ladies have toured Killer Whale to numerous venues across the country. The play has been seen at places such as Martha's Vineyard, Theater Horizon, just outside of Philly, the Wilma Theater here in Philly, and several colleges and universities such as Dartmouth College, Ithaca College, and Columbia University.
Yes. So joining us tonight, we have Hollis Heath, an award-winning theater artist, speaker, and empowerment leader based in Los Angeles, California. Hollis serves as the director of programs for a national women's empowerment organization. We also have Cheyenne Sapp, who is a big picture visionary leader driven by a zeal for progressive reform and creating an informed constituency. Her professional background in civic communications and strategic planning spans 10 plus years of experience in the public, private, and nonprofit sectors, and includes national recognition for her youth-centered programming and curriculum. Come on, bio.
Yes.
Pank Papas, please welcome them as they come to the stage. We are bringing them in. We are in.
Welcome, Hollis and Cheyenne. Nice to see you both. Welcome. Hollis, how are you?
Oh, I was muted, but I'm great.
Yes.
So happy to be with y'all in this little thing.
Yeah, how you doing over there?
I'm so good. I have to apologize. No wine on school nights because I'll fall out of this chair. So we're drinking some seltzer like Hollis.
Yeah, so that is what you're having for your Papa drink. That is okay. We love a nice G-rated slumber party over here. So we always like to start our show off, or our guests' interviews off, by asking our guests to reflect on their memories of the first time that they met either both of us or one of us. I think I met all of you at the Theater Horizon production of Renaissance in the Belly of a Killer Whale. It was so good, and I loved seeing it again at the Wilma, and I will see it again next time I can. But I know there's a lot of history among this group of friends, so I'm going to ask you all how you met Jaylene, and I'd love to hear the stories of how that happened. So Cheyenne, what about you? How did you and Jaylene meet?
So we were actually just having this conversation the other day. We first actually saw each other, all three of us, at an Alicia Keys concert back in like, God, I don't know what year.
2004-ish.
That was 2004. So yeah, and we didn't know each other then, but I do remember they were standing next to me and they were hating on me because I knew all the words to the songs, which we found out later. So that was very funny to be in Harlem and I guess sort of meet everybody on that day. And then officially, I met Hollis through Urban Word, which is a spoken word youth organization. And we were just running around the city as teenagers. And then I don't remember how I met 1/3 Jaylene because it's been a long time, but I do remember we officially met online Alicia Keys again for her book signing. So we knew each other were going to be there, but we didn't know each other. So that's how that all happened. And then
Jaylene, is that how you remember it?
It is. I remember looking at Cheyenne, not knowing who she was, but just at the Alicia Keys concert and like this girl is so beast. Like, how does she already know the song? Like, how does she already know the words? Like, this song hasn't even officially come out. The album hasn't dropped. And then later, Hollis introduced me to Cheyenne. I was like, you was the girl. You was the girl from the concert.
It was all meant to be. And now, Jaylene, I know she's not here, but how did you meet Janelle, your fourth member of Harlem KW Project?
Yes, Janelle and I met at Harlem School of the Arts. That was also in 2004, now that I think about it. It was a after school and summer program where we learned about theater and everything. And so that's when Janelle and I first became friends and started collaborating on things similar to Killer Whale, like poetry shows and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I met Janelle.
Nice. Oh, and Hollis, finally, how did you and Jaylene meet? What's your story?
So Jaylene and I met in pre-kindergarten. So we were both 4. And apparently, I think we might have met before then because we also went to the same church growing up.
Yeah.
But I remember first meeting her in pre-kindergarten. And for whatever reason, I didn't show up on the first day. Like, I feel like I showed up some days later. And I just remember her at like the first table being really welcoming and showing me around. So yeah.
Jaylene, do you remember anything about pre-K?
Yes, that was Miss Levitt. Miss Levitt? Was that
Miss Chin? That was Miss Chin. Miss Levitt.
Miss Levitt was the next year. Miss Chin in when we in pre-K, I remember us doing like little performances on stage. Actually, we had to sing little songs. That song about I'm not going to sing it.
Oh, I was going to say that would have been some good memory right there.
When the grass and the something and the watermelon and the something or other. But I remember we did those portrait silhouettes. Anyway.
Yes, I do remember the portrait silhouettes because my mom had pulled my hair up into a puff. So it's just like one puff.
Yo, I feel like I'm watching a B-side of Renaissance in the Belly of a Killer Whale. Those characters do a lot of reminiscing about their past together, and that was like a little bit of a preview of what it's like. I love the history that you all share and how you have literally been friends for years and years, and I definitely think that shows up on stage. So I think we're going to start with some questions that we ask a lot of our guests about their work. So I would love to know how you all started your relationship with each other. Jaylene, how did you all start Renaissance in the Belly of a Killer Whale?
Yes. Killer Whale was literally started. If you're watching on Facebook, it was started right here on Facebook. I wrote a status about jumping back into the poetry world. This was when I first moved to Philly. I didn't really know the theater people then. That was in 2010. I lived here for 1 year, and I was about to go to a poetry event, and I was like, I want to write a status about jumping back into the poetry world. So I wrote a few lines and it ended with, because Harlem's looking more and more like the belly of a killer whale. I did not intend to write about gentrification or whales, but that's just where the Lord took me that day.
Mhm.
And so I wrote that status. My teacher at Harlem School of the Arts, Alfred Pricer, saw that status, said, I'm doing a play reading series at the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture. Can you create a play based on this killer whale gentrification metaphor and do it with 2 to 3 other women and have it be poetry infused? I had never written a play, but I was like, that sounds like an amazing opportunity. So I called up the people who I knew did spoken word and who acted. And so I called up Hollis, of course, because she has a background in theater and spoken word poetry. I called up Janelle because she has the same. And then Cheyenne, although she's not a performer, I knew that she wrote poetry because we were in Urban Word together. So the 4 of us got together. We decided like what stories we want to tell. We wrote poems, scenes, songs about those stories, came together, read them all, decided which ones we wanted to use, and then threaded them all together to create Renaissance in the Belly of a Killer Whale. And that premiered as a staged reading on March 16th, 2011.
So are you saying that there's like a cutting room floor of like other material that wasn't used? Hollis or Cheyenne, what do you think you could share with our audience that might not have made it to the show, but could be in a future show?
Oh man.
I mean, honestly, there were so many like memories that came out of us just fooling around. So, and a lot of really like creative conversations we had. So I don't remember anything in particular because honestly, I have a memory of a goldfish. But
Me too.
I just remember it was hard, like doing that editing. Like, what should we take out? Because we wanted to streamline the story, but then we also wanted to maintain the authenticity. So it's like some of the jokes, we wanted to make sure were easy to understand and weren't too like insider.
Yeah.
Because we had so many insider jokes, and I remember going through that editing. Like, are people gonna get this? But yeah, I don't remember anything in particular. I'm sure you guys do.
Yeah, Hollis, what about for you?
It's funny because for me, the show has gone through so many iterations that it's hard to remember like what's what. And because I have had moments of forgetting what's what on stage, I try not to go backwards. So I try to stay with whatever is the most current script because changes,
All right.
sometimes they don't land as well for me.
I love that.
Yeah, but I'm sure Jaylene knows. But I even think about the arc of the friendship. I feel like in later iterations, our friendship is outlined a little bit deeper, or like updates to some of the dance moves. And then I think maybe 5 years ago, we were like, we have to set it. Like we can't just keep updating it without age. We have to set it as a moment in time. But I'm trying to I can't think of any particular scenes.
I know Janelle had written something about it was like a court scene. And court scene happening where we were like, I think the characters were arguing for keeping Harlem or something like that. I remember that was we didn't use that one. And then I remember the scene that we have in the show about the politicians was formerly, I don't even remember what it was about.
It was a community board meeting scene.
Community board meeting, yes.
Oh my gosh, yes, there was the community board meeting. And then there was the scene that was about there was Jake and Megan. Or something. So there was a scene between like 2 white characters, and one of the characters was nervous about living in Harlem and kind of confiding in another character about how could you live uptown. But as time kind of progressed, we were like, that's not really, white people aren't afraid to live uptown.
Exactly. So one of the things that I have loved about doing this show is that we got to go on tour to various venues such as schools, churches, all of that. So Hollis, can you share what tour life was like and maybe one of your favorite or craziest moments from tour?
Oh, there's so many. There's so many. You know, tour life, I had just graduated from college. I was on the 5-year plan. So the ladies had graduated before me. But I just remember like feeling like you couldn't tell me anything. Like I'm on tour. We had a joke of like in the studio, out the studio, on the tour bus, on the tour bus. You know, where am I? What city will I be in this week? I don't know. And it felt, just graduating from college, it felt really nice to be able to say that and say to people, oh, I don't know. Let me check my calendar. I might be in Delaware. I might be in Wyoming. I'm not sure. But I think there are a couple of memories that come up. The first memory that comes up is I don't remember what school we were at. It might have been Williams. But we got off the stage. We were taking pictures with the Black Student Union or whichever group that had brought us. And then we got news that Whitney Houston died. And it was like, no way. Like, because I think we had heard rumors before of her passing, but it was like, no, this is for real. Like CNN is confirming it. It's a thing. And then I remember us going back to our hotel room and just singing Whitney Houston songs the rest of the night and switching, wearing each other's wigs and just being silly. And then another moment, I think, it's just like incredible experiences with students, like doing really good talk backs. Oh, and food, like going to places and just having one of the most incredible Indian meals I've ever had was on Dartmouth's campus. Like the best Indian food I've ever had. Those are the things that come to mind. And then I think this last memory, I'm thinking about it because I am on like a cleanse right now. And I remember we were in Iowa and we hung out with some of Jaylene's friends there. And I insisted that I wasn't going to be able to eat anything. And, I didn't even want to go to dinner because I was on this cleanse. And I ended up talking about the cleanse the entire dinner and eating everything. And it's just, Iowa's a great place.
Yeah, she said she didn't feel like going. She didn't feel like, having to talk to folks and everything. And I just remember looking over and she's just, so what I'm doing right now, the plan that I have is that on Tuesday I eat chicken. And then on Wednesday I don't eat anything. And then I have to eat the vegetables. And so and I'm just like, girl, I thought you was tired and wanted to go into bed.
Adapting. That's adapting 101. Oh, I love that. So Cheyenne, as someone who is not in the cast, but I'm sure has many memories like these, can you talk about your role within the group and why it's important? Have you ever had to go on stage or anything like that too?
Oh God, this is making me laugh. No, I would intro the group when we would have shows sometimes. And that was always nerve-wracking. They would make fun of me because I would always start with like, hi, everybody. Like my voice would go every single time. I'm also not somebody that's good at sticking to the script. Like I'll just freestyle. And you don't want to know the things that'll come out of my mouth. So it's like, it's better for sure that I wasn't on stage a lot. But like I was on tour. I would come to some of the tour stops because I was working full time at the time. And we would have such a good time. But in terms of my role, I was one of the writers, and that was a really cool experience. And I was working with Jaylene for a while doing like PR and marketing, and that was really cool. And one really cool thing about growing with this show is that we have, like Hollis said, like we were in college or like just finishing college when this started. So like think about how much has changed in our lives over the course of 10 years. Like we're full grown adults now with spouses and children, and like so much has happened. So it's been really cool to like play that role of kind of working in the back a little bit and just seeing from from like an aerial view how things have grown and shifted for us.
That's so vital to theater companies and the health of organizations, is like both the people you see on the stage and the people that are doing all of the support work behind the scenes too. And I love that all four of you have very, very different interests. It feels like I have a theater company, and we're all actors, and so it's like sometimes it is just like spinning wheels and butting heads. But I feel like you four have very different interests, different worlds outside of the shared theater world.
Right.
It'd be so rich to like revisit and refreshing, I guess, like as a something different from your day jobs, your other jobs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Cheyenne she hasn't been an understudy before, but she has stepped in. Like, if it's like, okay, this person is not going to be at rehearsal, can you just come and just be a body in the space so I can stage this scene?
Right.
Okay? Can you be on book so that, you could give us the lines if we need to call for line. So, even though she's not on the stage, she's very integral. And I don't know what we would do without her when it comes to our merch, because listen, trying to be in the show and then after the show trying to sell the shirts and do the and handle the money and swipe.
Can we just please pause there? Like, our people really love our merch. So thank you for bringing that up, because that's quite a role to as the show is ending and the girls are still wrapping up backstage. I'm getting swarmed.
Yes.
By people who love the show, enthusiastically love the show. They know one of the cast members. They're asking all types of questions at the same time. They're grabbing shirts off people go nuts over
if we don't have their size. So do you have it in the back? There's no back.
There's no back.
So can I order it online? No. So like when I said that we're out of it, I meant like this is it. Like this is so. Do y'all plan to? No. So that's a very fun experience. Just trying to hold them off until the girls come out to do the talk back. That's a job.
I love that.
Gosh. It is. We have such a great community of people who support the show. We're so thankful to them. I know some of them are watching. We love y'all. So thank you.
Right.
Hollis, so how do you feel about the fact that, with all of us being friends and having all this history, how has that helped as a company and helped the play itself, this long history of friendship and whatnot?
It hasn't.
Period.
I love that. I love that answer because I'm friends with my theater company, and it's like, it's complicated. That's a complicated answer.
No. It makes it so special. It makes the chemistry. It supports the chemistry on stage. I think we have one another, in a way that it's like, not just as your castmate, I want you to do well and be okay, but as my friend, I want you to do well and be okay. And I think it really helped in communication and collaboration. So, if there was something in the script that we weren't understanding or getting, there was like compassion available because we love each other outside of creating this piece together. If anything, I think creating the piece has strengthened our friendship, and the friendship has informed, how we move on the stage and just the amount of fun we have on stage, because it is a very high energy show. It does take a lot out. We're playing young characters, we're playing 20-year-olds, and we're not 20 years old anymore. So yeah, I think about our chemistry on stage and just our love for the piece. I think our friendship has informed that.
Yeah. Are there any downsides to being friends and being together on stage?
Jaylene would be the one to answer that one.
I'll take that one. I think that it's hard. It can be hard because you're friends, but we're all also I'm executive director. They're all associate directors. Like we have certain things done. Would you say, Hollis?
It's a business.
Exactly. It is a business. So it's like you have to. Sometimes you have to balance. Like, okay, this is my friend, but also, all right, so I'm gonna need this because on the business side, I need you to do this, and this hasn't been done. So, but trying to say that to your friend, like that aspect can get a little like, but I think even still, the fact that we had that friendship allows us to be able to navigate those situations. It's like, I know I can be very, I'm very type A, and I'm like, I like everything shut up, Hollis. I like shut up.
Right. Is that for all three of us on here are like, really?
Not you.
Justin knows. Listen, Justin knows. I like things very in order, and it's gotta be, and so the fact that we have that friendship is like, they can call me on the like, all right, like, Jaylene, you all right, it's all right, you doing too much, like, you gotta chill out, it's gonna be all right. Being able to have that person to check you lovingly, I think that does help. So yeah, the dynamics, I think it only helps to uplift the piece and allow us to have that close connection and to allow us to have that accountability. Because who's gonna hold you more accountable than somebody that you've been friends with for years? They know you, they know how you be acting, they know your ups and your downs. One of Hollis's favorite lines: "Feel the vibe, feel the vibe." I know when she's not in the mood. I feel the vibe, and it's like, all right, so I'm gonna let her chill for right now. When the people that you don't know, you may not be able to feel that vibe, and so then that's how stuff, people can butt heads. So I love it. I love it.
I love that, Hollis. Feel the vibe. I'm gonna use that now. Just like that's a back of my brain, like voice that's gonna be going off sometimes. So this is an arts and culture podcast, and a lot of our viewers and listeners are artists themselves. But what really struck me about our bios is that you both have a lot of other interests outside of Killer Whale, and I'm wondering if you could just tell us a little bit about what you do and what those arenas that you work in are. Cheyenne, let's start with you.
Sure. So my background is actually in civic communications and strategic planning. And when we started the show, I was just getting my start in my career. So I was working for the mayor's office, Bloomberg's office in New York City at that time. And I was a youth voter coordinator for the city of New York. So since then, that's my passion. That's definitely the thing that fires me up. So since then, I've moved around quite a bit. I've been in real estate to get some entrepreneurial experience. And I work for state government. I was at the MTA for a while, and now I'm actually at a media company doing civic communications and social impact work. So yeah, outside of Killer Whale, Killer Whale is just such an amazing outlet, right? Like, so we started this and created it 10 years ago, but it's still such a reminder of what creativity can be. So from the creative side, that's just one of the coolest things that I've done. But outside of Killer Whale, like, I love to paint and cook and try to dabble in different creative outlets to learn more and learn more about myself. So yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you for all you do for the community and for being so civically engaged. That's awesome. Hollis, what about for you?
So I work for a nonprofit that serves girls and young women, and actually this upcoming August will be 5 years there. They're called Step Up, and so I now lead their programming specifically for young women 18 to 25. And the thought is really that at that age, that's when you really need a mentor. That's when you really need support and folks to help you identify what your success map looks like. Not that you need someone else to define success for you or tell you what being successful looks like, but you need support in figuring out what that looks like for yourself. So I'm actually very knee deep in strategic planning for that right now. And then I also serve as a content advisor for a new project that'll be releasing this summer called Voices. Eve Ensler, formerly known as Eve Ensler, who wrote the Vagina Monologues, mentioned poet Ayyyye Monet to create a new piece to replace the Vagina Monologues as the centerpiece of her work around violence against women and girls. And so this new piece will celebrate Black women's voices. And so I'm serving as a content advisor for that, and looking forward to helping Ayyyye put that piece together in the next couple of months. So still, enjoying theater and very much miss the theater community and live theater. I think that's one of the biggest things I have missed during the pandemic. I was excited to hear yesterday that the public theater will be bringing Shakespeare in the Park back. So that's very, very exciting.
Did you hear about the show?
Yeah, that Jocelyn Vio is doing it.
And it's set in Harlem.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, they are setting the show in Harlem. Shout out to Paul for letting me know about that. I forget what play it is. Paul, I know you in the comments.
Oh God, isn't it Mary Windsor or something?
I think so. I think it is. And
wait, I'm gonna pull it up.
Because baby, I need to see.
That's hot. I'm excited to see how they're going to do that, because Equity right now, Equity is the actors union. They have so many rules in place, even for outdoor Shakespeare.
Merry Wives. Yes. Merry Wives.
It's and like being directed by Saheem.
Do you know Saheem?
I don't know him personally, but
okay.
Saheem Ali. He directed I think he directed James's play when they were at National Black Theater.
Kill Move Paradise? No.
Kill Move.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm excited about that, Hollis. Yes.
Yeah, I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon.
Well, I'm loving hearing all of your interests outside of theater and arts, and it's really inspiring. I feel like I'm in presence of these three massive entrepreneurs. So like in 10 years, y'all, these three ladies are going to be running the world, I hope. But I love it. And I'm curious, Hollis, before we ask our last question, like what, if you, any of the young folks that you're meeting, if any of them are artists or theater artists or poets, and what that's like when they find out that you also have those interests too.
It's so funny because as I've been working, I have less interaction with young people in the way that I did some years ago.
Yeah.
But when we did the show last year, and I was covering for one of my colleagues. And when I came back, I had to explain where I had been. And so I was like, oh, I was doing a show. And I remember my girls were like, are you kidding me? Like, a show where? Like, you're an actor? I knew it. I should have known. And so it was really sweet, because then they invited me to the shows that they were doing. And some of them shared their poetry with me. So that was a very special experience. But it was kind of like being found out, they were like, I knew it. Under there, I could tell there was an actor in there somewhere. That's where all your jokes come from. So special.
That's just amazing. Like, I'm sitting here just beaming. I can't wait to watch this back, because I literally, as you and Cheyenne were talking, I'm just like, wow, like, look at my friends. Like, they out here, like, they doing things. And it's like, y'all just got this in your back pocket. Like, y'all doing all of that. And then also are award-winning playwrights and actors. Like, that's amazing. Like, Cheyenne, in your world, like, I'm sure the people you work with don't expect that you have written an AUDELCO award-winning play, but you got that in your back pocket. You're also an amazing artist. Like, she be painting, y'all. So I'm just really proud of y'all. Anyway, okay, so our last question. What is some advice that you would give to people who are thinking about creating their own work? I'll start with 1/3 with Cheyenne.
I would say to number one, I actually just had this thought today, is don't limit your ideas and those brainstorms. Like, I don't think we value, and I don't think we realize how magnificent free-flowing brainstorms are. So, we're just so socialized to like curate our ideas, and before we share them, make sure they sound right, make sure that you are talking to your audience, like throw all that out the window and just write down your ideas and then sort through them later. Like, just, don't take for granted those God-given things that just pop into your head, because one of those can turn into an award-winning piece. One of those can turn into, something that carries you or stays with you for the rest of your life. So I would say definitely pour into yourself in that way. And let those things come out. And I think there is where you kind of learn a lot about yourself. And then the second thing I would say is, be flexible. Like, being an artist, I mean, I'm not a full-time artist, but hats off to all of y'all that do it full-time. But it's not a linear path. So if artistry is still your thing, you don't have to do it full-time. You can absolutely do something on the side, which of course we've discovered in the pandemic. We have to do things side. But don't put yourself into a box or put yourself on a linear path just because you're told that's what you have to do.
Yes, Hollis.
I would say first, don't be afraid to collaborate with others. Don't feel like you have to carry the vision alone. So be open to sharing and seeing how other folks can plug into your ideas. And then there was one more, and it just slipped away. To go experience art, to go see, to go to galleries and experience visual art, to go see theater, to go see dance performances. I think all of those, to read poetry, like all of those things, I think inform the kind of artist you're going to be, and broaden your network. Go listen to music, go to concerts. Like, I think being a great artist is also supporting great art. So, yeah.
Yeah, Jaylene, what about for you with your artist hat on as a writer here too?
I should have known I was gonna have to answer this question as well, but I didn't think about my answer. So, what advice would I give? I think, yes, I think identifying what are the stories you want to tell. If you want to create your own work, what exactly are the stories that you want to tell? Sometimes you may not have the whole map of it. We certainly didn't. We didn't know who our main characters were. We didn't know what the arc was going to be. We didn't know any of that. What we knew was that these are the stories we want to tell, and we're going to write things based on those stories, and then we will figure out how to put it together. So as Cheyenne was saying, it is not always a linear process. It's not like before you start writing, you have to know what the beginning, the middle, and the end are going to be. And if you don't have those things, then you're not going to start writing, because I think that's how we get stuck in. We excuse ourselves out of beginning the process. So I can't start because I gotta know the whole thing first. So if I don't have that, then I'm just not going to start. And it don't have to be like that. What are the stories you want to tell? Write about those, as Cheyenne said, brainstorm, and then hopefully you can figure it out. You can figure it out later.
That was a great answer, Jaylene. I think, and with that, I think now we're ready to just play some games. It wouldn't be a slumber party. It wouldn't be a party unless we played some games. So to warm us up into this, we're going to just do some rapid fire questions. So we'll start with you, Cheyenne, and then we'll go to Hollis and back and forth like that. So it's the first question or the first answer that comes to mind. All right. It's super easy. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, Cheyenne.
So let's make it clear. So it goes Cheyenne, then Hollis, and bounce back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying. See, she knows YouTube really well. She knew what to clarify. Okay. Ready, Cheyenne?
Yeah.
Okay. One place you get inspiration from.
Home.
Hollis, a favorite snack.
Popcorn.
Okay. Cheyenne, a new pandemic hobby you've picked up.
Washing the dishes right after I eat.
Yes. Hollis, high rise or brownstone?
High rise.
Cheyenne, a book that you're vibing on.
I just returned the Big Red Book of Rumi's poems to the library, and I'm really sad about it.
All right. Hollis, night owl or early bird?
I'm trying to become an early bird. I really am. But I tend to be a night owl. Yeah.
Yep. Cheyenne, a guilty pleasure.
Ooh, I think this will be a TV show. My guilty pleasure then is Golden Girls. I don't know.
Yes. Hollis, an album you're listening to right now.
I don't have an entire album, but I am obsessed with Bruno Mars and
Anderson Paak.
Anderson Paak's new song.
Yeah.
I cannot stop playing it. It's so
When
good.
does that full album come out?
I don't know, but I need it to come out.
They talking about they're gonna be released in their what you call that Breakfast Club interview. They talking about they're gonna be releasing them one at a time.
Yeah.
I say, I know you lying.
We don't have time for
I
that.
don't have time
It
for
is
that.
2021.
Strategy.
It's definitely
You know Bruno Mars watches the show and listens. We gotta just tell him, Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno.
No, I know you watching.
Bruno.
Give us the songs. Give us the album.
Cheyenne, a favorite pet you've had?
The current ones, I'll say. I have a dog and a cat.
Oh, Hollis, a favorite slumber party activity?
Oh, okay. So there's this new game that I learned about. It's called Deck of Characters. And basically each card has a character, a place, and a tool on it. And you ask the deck a question, and then you and everyone tries to interpret it. It's so much fun because folks really get into your question and the characters. It's just very, very fun, and it can get silly and wild, but also really deep. So that's my new must-play game in group settings. Yeah.
We need to bring that to the show.
You already know, Justin.
I have to get it. No, I have to
Amazon order.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll find a link. What'd you say?
Deck of cards, deck of
Characters. Deck of characters. Yeah.
No, I think Jaylene just Google deck of cards game, and I think we're gonna get it. I think we'll get it on the first try.
But this is how I know we're friends, because I kept calling it deck of cards as well. So it was like deck of cards, and it was like characters.
Cheyenne, a person you want to shout out right now?
My mom. Hi, Mom.
Yeah, and then Hollis, something pink.
My rope.
Yes. All right.
Awesome. Okay, next game. Here we go. Pank Games, where I left off. This is a game that I created with my friend Jackie when we were on the West Coast traveling in the car. And so basically I start a song, and then wherever the person leaves off, whatever word, you got to come up with a song with those words, with that word in it. Hollis is terrible at lyrics, so I'm very excited for this. Okay.
Me too, Hollis. Me too.
I'm gonna start it off with, since we were talking about it. You can leave the door open. I'm gonna leave the door open. Open is the word, and I'm kicking it to Justin.
Oh, or anybody can grab it. How about anybody can grab it?
Anybody can grab it.
Or anybody can grab it.
Open is the word. Open.
If any of you have one, help me. Open your heart.
Oh, Hollis, open. The Yolanda Adams song.
Oh,
you know?
Oh, wait. Oh, it's not.
I don't know what it is.
No, I know it, but I can't think of the melody. It's like, yeah.
Open your heart.
Madonna, open your heart.
Okay, let me give y'all a different word. I'm gonna leave the door open. I'm gonna leave the door open.
Open your heart. Oh, there it was. It
Oh,
was
open your heart to me.
That was Paul. Paul did that.
And now you gotta
There it was. It was in real life. You said it was gonna happen, Jaylene, and then we saw it.
What word are we leaving on, Hollis?
Me.
Great. Me. 1/3. You ain't saying nothing. Give us a song with me.
This is actually a really tough game because you can't catch a melody. Like you're thinking of an old
Yeah.
melody. This is hard.
Me is easy.
As she said, as she got flat.
That's
Me is easy.
Go right ahead, Hollis. Me is easy.
I love that spit take, Hollis. That just warmed my heart.
Because this is the dynamic of me strong and wrong, you know? You're catching it in real time, everybody.
Go ahead, me.
No, I gave it. I can't. That's not fair.
Me,
for
myself, and I.
Yes, that's what I was thinking about.
Me, myself, and I is all I got in the end. That's all I found out.
Oh,
Out. Get out, leave right now. It's the end of you and me. It's too late. Or for you to be gone.
I'm so gone. Ding, ding. Wait. Wait. I'm
I
still
can't
going over
wait to
here.
hear this. Yep. You all in a different melody.
I think
I'm
this
gonna
is
wait
as far
a
as we can
minute.
go with this.
Wait.
So gone over you.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
melody. You.
We're done.
Oh, God, I
We're
think
done.
you won,
Oh, wait.
Jaylene.
Gone.
Oh, insane.
Gone.
Baby girl, you're gone.
Gone.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we are almost at time, so we're gonna move it on to.
Oh, we're gonna play this.
Just
All right, Jaylene, talk about culture tag. Talk about culture tags.
Culture Tags is a game created by a Black woman, Unique Jones Gibson. And it is where you show an acronym, so some letters, and you have to figure out what is the what the acronym stands for. So I'm gonna start it off real simple with two things that I know that these two people in the audience will get. So this one will be aimed towards Cheyenne. The rest of them, after I do these two, then you can just guess whoever has it first. But this one specifically for Cheyenne, this is what we were singing on the Megabus soon as we got into the Megabus when we were coming to Philly. The song that we were singing, Will Smith.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Yes.
This is, I forgot to tell you the category. The category is church.
Yeah.
Hollis. The category is church. This is TD Jake's famous saying.
Get ready.
I've got one. This is words to live by, and this is fitting for all of you. It's when you're a bunch of friends and you like go places with one another. This is a saying. So not fish, not fish, not animals, but they're in the sky.
Oh,
A feather flock together.
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
Family and friends is the category. This is something your mom will tell you, and if you didn't do it, if you did not do this before,
Take that chicken out the fridge.
yes,
Still getting yelled at for that.
this is something that Cheyenne says a lot. You say this.
Like it, I love it.
Yes. I've got a daily saying. This one is when you're mad at your friend and you're talking to them on the phone, and you think that you're being broadcast to the room.
You got me on speaker?
Yep. You say this when you want to know you go into the
We're
function.
all gonna be there.
Hello.
Heard.
This is something the devil is trying to do something to you.
Not
Not
today.
today, saying.
Yes. I think we have time for one more, Jaylene. Go.
Okay. This is something Barbara would say.
One
Barbara,
looks like Boo Boo the Fool. Yeah.
Didn't even get a chance.
Didn't even finish the clue. Didn't even.
That was crazy. That was so good, Cheyenne. It was like
That was really good. Yeah.
Oh, man,
All right.
we've reached the end.
Okay. So, Jaylene, when is our next episode?
Our next episode is March 31st at 9 p.m. We are again at 9 p.m. So join us then. I want to make sure I show love to our guest once again, Hollis Heath. You can follow her at Heart of Hollis on Instagram and Twitter. Cheyenne don't have no socials to share with y'all. She's more like my husband who doesn't really have social media. But you can also follow our company, Harlem Kw Project. You can follow us at Harlem Kw Project everywhere. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on Twitter. On Facebook, here on Facebook, you could just put in Renaissance in the belly of a killer whale and you'll find us. Paul says, brava to these amazing women. It has certainly been such a great time here. And we always end every session with our Pank freestyles. And so during the Pank freestyles, we get a word and you just got to freestyle a very short poem or rap. So short. Yes, we're all gonna do it. It's gonna be great.
So none of us can do this, but we will do it.
We're not. While we do poetry, we are not freestyle rappers. So
give me my word first, Jaylene. Then I will give Hollis a word. Hollis will give Cheyenne a word, and then Cheyenne, you'll give one to Jaylene.
Okay.
Wait. So Justin, what did we talk about today?
I don't know. Give me my word. I'm ready.
We talked about tour, so I'm gonna give you your word is tour.
We're on the road. The wheels are spinning. My heart is flying. My blood is thinning. I don't know where this car's going, but we're buckled in. Let's all treat each other well because it's
in.
It's in. What? It's in? Because it's in. Thank you. Thank you so much. I got stuck there for a minute. All right.
Justin, Hollis word.
Hollis, we were talking about, what were we talking about? Theater. Just theater in general.
Theater. I miss the theater so I don't want it to go. I miss the flow, the people at the show. I miss the seats. I miss the sounds.
Yes.
I miss the beats. I miss theater in the round.
Yes. What theater in the round?
I didn't want to overwhelm y'all with my skill. You know what I mean?
All right, Hollis, give Cheyenne a word.
All right, Cheyenne's word. Social. You said you don't have any.
Right?
let me not guess it. Social. Okay. I am a social butterfly. And you really want to know why. But when I tell them why, they ask how she got so fly.
All right, bring it home for Jaylene.
Oh Lord.
Ooh. I gotta give her a good stinking one.
Yep.
Oh God.
Let me try to grab something.
Yep.
Let me try to grab something.
Grab something easy.
Truffle.
Yeah.
You know I like truffle.
So bring it.
What I mean is the mushroom. I will do anything for it. Hop in the car and go vroom, vroom. Because I gotta have it. I love that essence. If there is a truffle scent around, I'ma be in its presence. Thank
Yes, that was
Bars.
man,
Bars.
that was beautiful. That was
Bars.
beautiful.
Oh my gosh, y'all, thank you so much. Pank Poppa's out there in the chat. Please show some love for our guests in the comments. We are so thankful for having you all on the show. You know that I love y'all so very deeply. So thank you. Janelle, we miss you. We love you.
We love you, Janelle.
Today with us. We've got some claps in the audience. Oh, Lucky, look at my nephew. My nephew, Lucky.
Bye-bye.
That is a
Everyone
cute
say-
dog.
Lucky came right on cue.
Right. Trying to say bye. He's like, okay, wrap it up. Let's.
Lucky is so cute.
That's Lucky. Shout out to also my niece, Justice. You can't see her right now, but I'm sure she's around.
When did Justice get on the scene?
Ooh, girl.
Listen, Justice inserted herself into that scene, okay? Dee Laura says, love it. Great entertainment. Had us laughing. Dee says, love you all.
Love you more.
We thank you guys. Thank you, Hollis. Thank you, Cheyenne.
Thank you
Love
so much.
you.
Thanks
Love
for
it.
Talk to y'all later. Oh, Lucky. All right. Okay. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Oh, I love that.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, that was the best. That was absolutely the best.
It was so good. Oh, we didn't take a picture. I'll get it later.
You'll get it later. But let's plug some new projects before we go.
Okay.
Jaylene, what you got?
What do I got? We hosting the Fete. Let me find it. Justin, talk about it while
Poppa Pank, Jaylene, and I will be hosting the 2021 Wilma Fete. The annual Fete is the Wilma's main fundraiser for the season, and your crucial support makes it possible for us to present our innovative artistic productions and continue our community outreach and educational programs during this panorama. Now, Jaylene and I will be hosting, so you already know the shenanigans will be high and the joy will be brought, and the headliner is a local artist, Low Cut Connie. He was named the Pandemic Person of the Year by the New Yorker magazine. He was recently featured on NPR and played the Biden administration inauguration last month. So you don't want to miss.
I switched to the Apple, y'all. I switched to Apple, and so I'm trying to figure out. I'm on my little Mac, and I got to figure out how to
notification.
Okay, keep going. I'm gonna figure it out.
At any rate, it's right there. Go to Wilma Theater. That's theater.org/FET-2021. You will not want to miss that.
Yes, and so as we close things out, Justin, give us our proverb. The subject is
So just so people out there know, I can't do idioms or proverbs. I don't know how any sayings go, but Jaylene's gonna tell me a situation.
He's gonna make one up as he always does. The theme is collaboration. What are your words of wisdom for collaboration?
Oh yeah. There's an old saying talking about working with other people, and it's teamwork makes the people all work together. Teamwork makes the people all work together. How does that go? Teamwork makes the dream work. Teamwork makes the dreams work. Is it dreams or just dream?
Teamwork makes the dream work, but that's not what you said. You said teamwork makes the people all work together. To live by, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you for supporting us. Feel free, if you are so inclined, to donate if you would like. We heard you heard us mention that to like us on all the podcasts. We getting there. We gonna actually be on the podcast platform soon, which is why we keep saying like us on Apple Podcasts and all that. It's coming, but it costs funds. Funds are required to get that all set up. So if you feel so inclined to donate and give, please go visit us at Cash App. We are $Poppa Pank. We're also on PayPal at paypal.me/Poppa Pank. Or if you don't have any of those methods and you still want to give, just go ahead and email us at poppapank@gmail.com. We appreciate you all, whether you're giving money, whether you're just watching, whether you're spreading the message. We love y'all. We appreciate you.
Yes, and we just have a few thanks as our credits. We want to thank our guests tonight and the Harlem KW Project, all of the folks that have been guests previously. We want to thank Jordan McCree, who wrote our music, Tracy Cassius, our studio editor, all of our Pank Poppas and followers, you out there. Please plug us on social media and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
Yes, thank y'all. And with that, we are going to hit you with our outro. We love you. We thank you.
Bye.